Welcome everyone. Following topics, that is the fission reaction, nuclear fission reaction, fusion reaction, then spallation and some of the environmental implications I will tell, and also I will talk about the nuclear reactors. Okay. Now, here I will tell you about the nuclear fission reactions. You know, Hahn and Strassmann in 1939, when when uranium is irradiated with slow neutrons, then it is observed that uranium nucleus can be broken up. It breaks up actually into two parts. Those two parts are not equal, they are unequal parts. Okay. So, fission means, we know what is fission. Fission means breaking up. So, nucleus of uranium is broken up into two fragments, that is why it is called fission reaction. Nucleus is breaking. Okay. Now, what is the with breaking they release, what is the important thing about this is that with the breaking they release huge amount of energy. Okay. Huge amount of energy they release. Okay. But you have to remember that during fission also 2 to 3 neutrons are also formed, which are available for bombarding another nucleus. So, this is some type of chain reaction, you know. So, in first step some nucleus is fissioned and then some neutrons are produced. Okay. Those neutrons again will interact, will cleave some other nucleus. From again some more neutrons are produced. Again those neutrons will break some other nucleus. Okay. So, this way it will be like a chain reaction, and each time it will produce huge amount of energy. So, ultimately it will produce a collection will be huge, means it is huge amount of energy that is released for this. During this process 200 MeV of energy is liberated per each nuclear fission. So, you see here, this is the uranium 235, this is slow neutron, this you have to remember, slow neutrons. Okay. You are bombarded with slow neutrons, and then this is producing barium and krypton. I have told you that they are unequal. So, you see barium here it is 141 atomic mass number, and here it is 92. So, they are unequal and 2 to 3 neutrons are produced. Okay, and huge amount of energy. So, this principle is used to make the atom bomb. Okay, to make the atom bomb. During the World War II, actually this was a project, Manhattan Project, that was taken up in America, and they produced this atom bomb. Okay. And you all know the how it has been applied on Japan. Okay. Now, I am not tell those things now, but because I am discussing the chemistry part of radioactivity and some extent physics part maybe you can tell, but those application on some other country I will not tell about those. But what is the energy? You can see here, if I compare 1 kg of uranium 235 on complete fission, okay, releases 1.7 into 10 to the power 13 calories of energy. You may not just by seeing 1.7 into 10 to the power 13 calorie of energy, you cannot means imagine how much it is. Okay. That is why I am just comparing. 1 pound of uranium 235 is equivalent to 5 into 10 to the 6 pounds of bituminous coal. So, this much amount of bituminous coal, the energy it can give is same as same energy 1 pound of uranium 235 you can get. Okay. And 20 to 10 to the 6 pounds of TNT, same energy it can give. TNT, you know, trinitrotoluene, that is explosive, it is very strong explosive. Okay. So, you can imagine that by doing this reaction how much energy you can get. okay, and you can know also that when it is applied to Japan, that what happened actually. Now, but here this, if this energy can be used for good purpose, you know, it is another source of energy, it is called atomic energy. If we can use it for good purpose, then it is said that next 100 years we do not have to even think, worry about the power, electricity, okay, if we can use this atomic energy. But this is uncontrolled. When it is applied in the atom bombs, then it is uncontrolled way the energy is released, but when we want to use it for good purpose, we have to have controlled some arrangement, okay. Anyway, so this is the principle. Now, what is nuclear fusion reaction? Nuclear fusion, that was fission means breaking up, here it is fusion means it is combination, combining two things. What is the combination? Isotopes of very light elements such as deuterium, tritium, these elements, these are what? These deuterium, tritium are hydrogen, na, isotopes of hydrogen. So, they can react with one another to form more stable nuclei. Obviously, it will be heavier nuclei, because when something is combined, the product will be heavier, that is for sure. Now, you can see two examples here, this is the deuterium and this is the tritium, okay. They combine to form helium and neutron and huge amount of energy. Another example, deuterium, 2 deuterium, so it can give helium, this is isotope, this is also helium, this is also helium, because the atomic because the mass is so atomic number is 2, okay, atomic number is 2, and this atomic mass unit is different, 4 and 3. So, they are basically the isotopes of helium. Now, but the energy you see here, now such reactions can only be initiated, but main problem with this, here actually more energy is produced compared to fission reaction, okay. These types of reactions are occurring actually in sun and stars. What is the source of energy in sun? So much energy we are getting from sun, but what is the source? There this type of fusion reaction is going on, okay, and we are getting energy, but to bring this type of reaction occur, we need something, that is very important. Such reactions can only be initiated at a very high temperature, million degree. So, they are known as thermonuclear reaction. Actually, how will you get this much of energy, this much of high temperature? How will you get? It can only be obtained by fission reaction. So, to do this fusion reaction, we need to have some arrangement, so that some fission reaction occurs to trigger this reaction, okay. So, there should be some arrangement, inside there may be this type of materials, this is in the core, and outside arrangement is such that some fission reaction occurs to trigger the reaction, fusion reaction to occur in the core, okay. But how will you do this? This is very difficult task, isn't it? Fusion reaction releases huge amount of energy, much higher than the fission reaction, but how to do it, that is how to get this high temperature to trigger this is very means difficult. That is why engineers are trying to do this, okay. And the source of energy in hydrogen bomb also is the same fusion reaction. So, hydrogen bombs, that is the, in fission reaction we have seen that is the atom bomb, here it is hydrogen bomb, okay. If we can prepare hydrogen bomb, then we will get more energy compared to the fission reaction, but it is difficult, okay. Now, there is another type of reaction which is called spallation. The example is this one, spallation. This is something different from fission. It is very different from fusion, but it is also different from fission reaction. What is the thing happening here? High speed nuclear projectiles, I already told you what is projectile, right. So, nuclear projectiles with high energy greater than 400 MeV may tear off sizable fragments. Here you can see that there are not two nuclei, two heavy nuclei are not formed here like fission reaction. In the fission reaction, we have seen that two nuclei, they are also heavy nuclei are formed. They are not equal, but two nuclei are formed. Here only one nuclei, but there are many other particles formed. You see here, the product nucleus possesses an atomic number 10 to 20 units lower. Where it is going? 10 to 20 units is going here, proton and neutron, and mass of about 30 units less than the parent nuclei. Parent nucleus, this is the parent nucleus, then it is bombarded with high energy projectile, then you are getting some other nuclei along with many particles. Okay. This is not self sustaining reaction, not like chain reaction that we have seen in fission reaction, it is chain reaction, but here it is not chain reaction, it is not, that is why it is written not self sustaining reaction. Okay. Spallation. So, you have learnt three types of reaction, one is the fission reaction, another is the fusion reaction, another is the spallation. Okay. Characteristics are different. Now, as I told you that all those reactions are uncontrolled way it is done. So, energy you cannot make use of it, okay. The energy you cannot use for good purpose, okay. But here nuclear reactors that we are using, we are producing, principle is same, but we are producing energy, the principle is same as fission reaction that we have done, we have learned. But here it is done in such a way that the energy produced we can utilize for good purpose. Okay. So, let us see what is nuclear reactor. Nuclear fission reactions release huge amount of energy here, when it is uncontrolled leads to tragedy, that we have seen atom bombs. Okay. But now nuclear nuclear chain reactions can be controlled in a nuclear reactor, it is under controlled condition. Okay. Nuclear reactor has the following components, there are some components. What are the components? First thing is the fuel. What is fuel? It is not coal here, it is not petrol here, here it is uranium, that is the radioactive element which we want to means break. Okay. Fission we want to do. Okay. So, that is fissionable nuclei. Okay. What is that? Fissionable material like uranium 238, uranium 233 like this. So, natural uranium 238 enriched in uranium 235 is used as fuel. You know, natural uranium that we get uranium ore, that they are uranium 235 is very small amount, it is only 99.3% is uranium 238, only 0.7% is uranium 235, but we need 235 to break. Okay. So, how we can do it? Either we have to separate it, means 235 and 238 we can separate, but it is very difficult. Why it is difficult? Because you know it is the same material, right, the this is the isotope. So, here their atomic number is same and properties are also same. Okay. Only thing difference is mass, and that is why their density may be different, other some properties may be different, but separation is really difficult. Okay. That is why costly affair, it is very costly affair. So, some method is used to enrich the material with 235. But it is not pure 235 uranium 235, but it is enriched in uranium 235, that also works. Okay. So, that is the fuel, and the reactor may contain, it is huge reactor, it is a huge reactor, and the amount it can contain 6 tons of pure uranium. Okay, but there is something like minimum amount of fuel needed to sustain a chain reaction is known as critical mass. So, there must be some amount there which is the critical mass to carry out this type of chain reaction. This is called critical mass, but the capacity is 6 tons, huge amount. So, this is the fuel. Okay. And moderator, neutrons, you have already seen that fission reaction slow neutrons are required, fast neutron will not work, slow neutrons are required. So, but when the neutrons are produced, they are with high energy. Okay. So, then you have to slow down. Okay. How will you slow down? So, using a moderator. Okay. Moderator. So, neutrons are slowed down by using the moderator. And what is moderator? Pure carbon, maybe graphite, beryllium and heavy water are used as moderator. So, the purpose of moderator is to slow down the neutron that is produced, otherwise the chain reaction will not happen, right. So, this is the function of moderator. Now, control rod, say for example, you see that it is going beyond control, then you have to stop the reaction, or you have to control the reaction. Then how will you do it? There must be some control rod. Okay. Control rod means it may be cadmium rod, or it may be other types of things also can be used. So, cadmium rod generally used to absorb neutrons, to stop the reaction or to control the reaction. Okay. So, these are the components. There are other things also I have not written, but there may be, this is called cladding, means the material by using which that whole reactor is produced, okay, constructed. So, outer means wall. Okay. So, that is usually aluminum alloy is used in the reactor. Okay. So, that is the thing. Another thing is required to cool down, because huge amount of heat will be generated. So, you have to cool it down, otherwise it will burst, or it may use some other effect it can bring. So, to cool down, coolant is to be used. So, coolant means it can be water, it can be other materials, it can be carbon dioxide, gaseous substance, helium also, and water, heavy water, all those things can be used. And that heat that is captured by this coolant can be used for some other purpose, heat exchanger. Okay. It can be used for other purpose without wasting, it can be used for other purpose. So, these are the main components of a nuclear reactor. To control this reaction, each step is very important, and to make use of it, each step, each component is very important. Now, different types of nuclear reactors are used for production of electricity. Okay. But these are the principles, and these are the components that has to be there. You already know that Chernobyl, that disaster in Russia, it happened in 1986. You know that that nuclear reactor that happened, accident happened, and burst. Lot of nuclear radioactive materials were spread in different countries, even it crossed many different borders and it reached other countries also. So, those types of things it happens, it is very dangerous thing. Okay. During tsunami also you have seen that, we do not know, but it is told in during tsunami also in Japan that nuclear reactor something happened. So, you know, this is very useful. If you can make use of it, it is good, but there are lot of precautions you have to take, otherwise it may give lot of disaster and hazards. Okay. So, that is why we have to be very, very careful. Now, now regarding the reference, I can tell you that these three same books and very interesting topic, but you know, applications also many interesting applications, but a lot of cautious we have to be so that we can make use of it. Now, conclusion in this lecture, the we have discussed about the nuclear fission reaction, nuclear fusion reaction, spallation reaction, all those things, and then nuclear reactor also, what are the main components and how we are producing energy, atomic energy there, all those things I have discussed, and thank you very much.